Most of us are familiar with the hero's journey. The hero's journey, as stated by the mythologist Joseph Campbell, describes a hero, a person who sets out for some adventures, transformative adventures, and then returns home. There are 12 steps in this journey, and they include a call to adventure, the refusal of the call, meeting with a mentor, meeting with some enemies, an ordeal, and then hopefully a happy ending when he returns home. This is a great story that helps us understand some cultural differences and find similarities between cultures too. However, we usually make a terrible mistake when we use the technique, the hero's journey technique, in our storytelling. We put ourselves in the center of the narrative. We become the hero. And that is not our role to play, and I'll tell you why. I am Sil Curiaci, storytelling expert and founder of Story by Sil Curiaci. Through my work as a storytelling coach, I help any person to talk their walk. And I'm super happy to be this morning here with this wonderful group of chiefs of staff speaking about the power of storytelling and why we don't need another hero. So the first thing I want to do before jumping into the hero's journey is to talk about the importance of stories. A recent study by Thomas Graeber from Harvard Business School shows that people are more likely to recall information when they come in the shape of stories as opposed to the shape of stats and numbers and just data. And it's not only because stories are considered more persuasive. In fact, it's about how our memory works. Stories actually stick to our memory as time passes. While the effect of a story faded only about 1/3 during the course of a day, the effect of stats and data faded much more, by about 73%. So this is proof enough that we should be telling stories, not only showing data, right? But now you should ask, what makes a good story? How can I guarantee that people will actually remember what I'm telling them? How can I ensure that I'm passing on my message to my audience? Well, there are two critical elements to good stories. What and who. Let's talk about what first. What is your objective? It's your goal. Where do you want your audience to go? What do you want them to think and feel? What do you want them to do? In the hero's journey, the goal is the returning to home. It could also be a princess that needs to be rescued. It can be anything you want to achieve through that journey. I cannot stress enough the importance of establishing your message. As an example, today I want to take you to a place where you can see how good storytelling can benefit your career. And the second element is who. Anyone guesses? Who is your audience? That is another key element to your storytelling, to the story itself. Your audience tells everything you need to know about the story you should be telling them. And here, my friends, I'll tell you the secret. Who, your audience, is the hero. Remember, I started this presentation by paraphrasing our beloved Tina Turner. We don't need another hero, right? So yes, you're not the hero. Your audience is the hero of your story, always. They are the ones taking the journey. So that makes you what? Who are you then? Well, you are the mentor. You are the guide. You are the wizard. You are that special person that knows the goal, where the home is, and you are leading your hero to home. You're taking them by the hand through the journey and showing the path. You want them to achieve your goal, their goal, returning home. You have a crucial role in this journey as a storyteller. The storyteller is the mentor. And hopefully you're gonna take your hero down the path graciously and maybe having some fun too. Now, the question that always comes to mind is, why is that so important? why stories can make a difference. And there are two main reasons why. One is about roles, and the other one is about selling. So the first one is about the roles we occupy in companies. Role descriptions can be very blurry. They can be very confusing depending on the company, the size of the company, the culture of the company, especially the roles of chief of staff. Chiefs of staff have many responsibilities. So in some places, they will describe chiefs of staff as glorified secretaries, which is very poor. In some other places, you're going to be the CEO's right hand. You can be also a project supervisor. You can take care of a project implementation. I mean, there are so many things. In smaller companies, you're going to do it all. And maybe people know how to assess you, but you're going to be doing a lot. In larger companies, it can be harder. Not all the teams will know when to reach out to you, why they should reach out to you. So it's your role to make it clear for them. So brushing up your own personal story and connecting it to the role that you're performing today will help people see the individual behind the badge and will help them connect with you, trust you. And we know that for chiefs of staff, connection and trust are everything. And the second point is about selling. We are all sellers. We sell all the time. I'm selling here an idea, a concept to you. You'll sell all the time. When you're representing a CEO in a meeting, you're selling his ideas to the team. Then you'll sell the team's ideas back to the CEO. And we learned from the HBS study that stories make ideas more memorable, make concepts more memorable, much more than stats. So you want to become a great storyteller to leverage this talent. If you begin to tell great stories instead of just selling data and numbers, you're going to become unforgettable. As I wrap up this talk, I want you to keep 3 things in mind. First, stories build memory and connections. Use them all the time. Second, stories need a clear what, your goal, and who, your audience. You need to know them in advance. And third, as a storyteller, you are the mentor. Let the audience be the hero and you're going to be off to a great journey, I promise. If you want to discuss this further, please reach out to me on my website. You have all my contacts. My website is silcuriati.com. And my new group classes will start this fall and I would love to see some of you around. Thank you very much.